By the time we pulled into my parents' driveway, the house was already bright with noise. Laughter spilled through the windows. Someone had turned the music up too loud, the same playlist my mother had used for years. I remember thinking briefly, foolishly, that maybe this year would be easier. My kids ran ahead of me, boots crunching on the gravel. They were excited in that contained way kids get when they don't want to seem greedy. They knew gifts were part of Christmas Eve, but they'd also learned to keep expectations quiet around my family. Inside, coats piled on the bed in the guest room like always. My brother barely looked up from his phone when we arrived. My parents kissed my cheeks, told me I looked tired, asked if traffic was bad. Normal. Almost gentle. I should have trusted the tension I felt under it. We gathered in the living room after dinner. The kids sat cross-legged on the rug. My parents had lined the presents beneath the tree in neat clusters, each pile separated with careful intention. My mother clapped her hands, smiling too widely. "We thought we'd do something special this year," she said. "Just to recognize the grandkids who made us proud." The phrasing landed oddly. My youngest leaned toward me and whispered, "What does that mean?" I didn't answer. They started calling names. My brother's kids first. Applause. My mother listing achievements like a RA Some, grades, sports, behavior. Each child stepped forward beaming, accepted their gift like a prize earned. I felt my chest tighten as the list grew shorter. When the last gift was handed out, there was a pause. My parents looked around the room, smiling, waiting for gratitude. The tree lights blinked. The music kept playing. My kids stayed seated. My older one glanced at me, eyes searching my face for cues. I smiled at them, small and steady, the way you do when you're trying to hold something together without letting it show. Then, my nephew laughed, not nervously. Not accidentally. "Wes, you didn't deserve one," he said, loud enough for everyone to hear. A few adults chuckled. Someone said his name sharply, but no one corrected the sentiment. My mother frowned, then waved it off like a minor breach of manners. I stood up, not abruptly, not dramatically. I picked up our coats and helped my kids into them. My hands were steady. My heart wasn't, but I did practice hiding that. "We're heading out," I said. My mom looked startled. "Already?" "It's late," I said. She opened her mouth, maybe to explain, maybe to justify. I didn't wait. I guided my kids toward the door, feeling their confusion pressing into my back. In the car, no one spoke at first. The heater hummed. The road was dark and mostly empty. Finally, my youngest asked, "Did we do something wrong?" "No," I said too quickly. Then I took a breath. "No, you didn't." They accepted that answer because they trusted me. That trust sat heavy in my chest. That night, after they were asleep, I replayed the scene over and over. Not just the gifts, the years before it. The comments disguised as jokes, the comparisons, the way endurance had been mistaken for consent. I told myself it was harmless, that kids were resilient, that family meant tolerating discomfort. But I kept seeing my children sitting there, waiting politely for something that never came. In the morning, I made coffee and sat at the kitchen table with my phone. I didn't draft the message. I didn't soften it. I typed exactly what I meant. "Don't ever invite us again. We're not your punchline." I sent it before I could second-guess myself. The replies came fast, confused, defensive, hurt. My mom said I'd misunderstood. My dad said it was meant to motivate. My brother said I was overreacting and teaching my kids to be sensitive. No one apologized to them. I didn't respond. Weeks passed. Invitations stopped. Holidays rearranged themselves without us. I heard through relatives that my parents were upset, that they didn't understand why I'd cut them off over something small. It didn't feel small. At home, the absence settled into a strange quiet. My kids stopped asking when we'd see their grandparents. Christmas decorations went up without commentary or comparison. We started new traditions without naming them as replacements. Sometimes I miss the idea of family more than the reality of it. Sometimes I wonder if I could have handled it differently, if silence would have been easier. But then I remember the living room. The laughter, the way worth was measured out loud. and I remember walking without raising my voice. We weren't missed right away. That part hurt. But we weren't humiliated again. And for now, that's enough.